friends, welcome back to my channel. I am officially going to do the Finish 4 by 4th of July tag, but I'm going to do it with a little bit of a twist. I'm going to do Finish 4 times 4 by the 4th of July. I just noticed that there were just these groupings of items where I was like, you know what, I really want to finish up these just like groupings of items, so let's go ahead and get started. The first set of items I want to finish up are makeup removers. I have really been turned on to the liquid eye makeup remover, especially with this simple one. I don't have a ton left, as you can see with the marker, so I just want to go ahead and use this up because I do have packages of makeup remover wipes, and those are so easy to coupon, which is hard for me to resist because if I can pay next to nothing for makeup remover, I'm okay with it being in a wipe. I just prefer the liquid. So I've got a couple of varieties of makeup packs. I have these simple sensitive skin Radiance wipes. There are 25 in here to use up. I also have these Pond's ones. This is just the original fresh. There are 30 in here. And then I have this package of Olay wet cleansing towelettes. There are 30 in here as well. I will say that I have used a good chunk of these. These were brought in when I was in the hospital. I was using these to clean my face. I wasn't wearing makeup in the hospital, but I liked that these were more of a cleansing towelette. And I've also been using these as like when I do swatches on my hands, I'll wipe them off with this. So there are, I mean, there's a good chunk still left in here. I think I'm probably down to maybe 20, 15, 20, somewhere in that range. So I'm very pumped. I want to just use those up and focus more. I have, not this particular brand, but I do have some other bottles of liquid eye makeup remover, and I just want to start, you know, moving the trend towards using just liquid and trying to resist all the many deals that I can score with the wipes. The second thing that I have is fragrances. You guys know, you've seen my body spray collection, but I also have a really sizable collection of roller balls or sample perfumes. I personally prefer to have the smaller bottles or roller balls just because it's easier to go through them, but I do have some much larger bottles of perfume. So with those, you know, select number of large bottles and then all these roller balls, it is just too much. So I want to go ahead and focus on those. First one I have is something that I acquired last year. This is the Endless Weekend perfume. It's a mini size of it. I was pretty faithful about using it at the end of last summer, so I'm pretty much right around this white line. This stuff smells really, really nice, but again, I just have too many and I want to use this one up. I also have this Clinique Happy. I've made a small dent in this. I also love this scent. When I first got hooked on it, throwing the lid. When I first got hooked on these, it's because they were being given away for free at the Clinique counter. So I was trying to trade and get as many of these as I can. This is the second one that I finished one just previously. It's probably my third or fourth one in total. And then I have a taller one that I purchased on eBay. So I just want to go ahead and use these small guys up so that I can focus more on the larger ones that I have. Next thing I have is just the Atomizer. I picked this up and I filled it with Velvet Tuberose. If you know that scent, was a scent that I absolutely love from Bath & Body Works, and they discontinued it. And at a semi-annual sale, maybe 2 or 3 years ago now, everything from that line was like 80% off. So I picked up a bottle of the perfume. I had never purchased a perfume before, just the body sprays, but I figured with it being so cheap, I want to go ahead and use it. Well, then the sprayer broke, and I didn't want to throw it away because I didn't know these existed at the time. So I thought, well, I'll just hold on to it in case, like, I can figure something out later. Now I figured it out. So this is, again, just a small sampling from that. It's a very sizable bottle, but I want to go ahead and just start working on that larger bottle, and I'm going to start by using this Atomizer. The last perfume I have is a half roller ball. This is super janky. When my parents purchased me the Coach Poppy Flower perfume, they purchased a big bottle of it, and it came with a roller ball that had half of this was Coach Poppy and the other half was the Coach Poppy Flower. Well, I accidentally dropped it and it broke, And I never was super drawn to this scent, so it's kind of just lingered around and hung around, and I'm tired of having it. This is really janky. It's kind of an awkward thing to have. So I've been working on this slowly. I drew my line for right where I'm at. It's not a bad scent, but I'm definitely carrying this in my purse because I typically have never been a person that applies perfume throughout the day. I kind of just do it in the morning, and what it is what it is. But now that I have this, I'm starting to apply it at lunch. After I eat my lunch, I'm going to throw some on my neck and my wrists and hopefully be able to use this up. So I do have some progress made a little bit for each one of these, but I would be really happy if I could get rid of all 4 of them because I just don't need all of them in my collection. Next up, I also have some more Bath & Body Works products. We're going to do a little lotion round because, as you guys know, I have tons of lotion and I want to start focusing on narrowing that down. The first thing I have is, this is the Endless Weekend scent. I was obsessed with this last summer. This and the White Tea and Ginger were my 2 favorites, and so this is my, I think, 2nd bottle of this. I did not finish this I think I made the switch to Body Butters in September. So I just drew a line here. This should be an easy peasy slam dunk, but I really wanted to finish up this, mostly used lotion before moving on to full sizes. The other one I thought I could do is this Rainkissed Leaves. I have just a small, this is probably like 1 body application for Rainkissed Leaves. This stuff smells great. It's really similar to Sea Island Cotton. Another one of, again, a favorite scent. I think I have maybe another full bottle of this. When I like a scent, I tend to buy it in multiples. And again, I have maybe like 1.5, 2 at the most applications of this one to go through. And then the last one I have, this one is actually completely brand new, hasn't been opened. This is an Enchanted Orchid. I'm essentially basing my focus for finishing up my lotions on the bottle because that's how I can best tell how old it is. I know that I can look at the number here on the bottom to check this out, but the reality is it would just be easier for me to go off of packaging because I have a really unnecessarily sharp memory for when I purchase those things. So I just want to go ahead and move these out of the lotion collection. And if I can get through 4 by the 4th of July, that's going to be great progress. That means that I can be able to get through, probably at least 10 more before I switch over, which would bring my collection down to about 18, which still sounds crazy. It's a crazy number, but it's much more manageable than what it is right now. The last thing I have would be pencil eyeliners. I have noticed, I went through my collection just for fun a couple weeks ago, just to kind of go through and kind of see what I had for some certain categories. And one of them was eye pencils. And I literally swatched up my whole arm and got rid of some that were like painful to swatch or ones that I have tried putting on my eye and were really, hard to put on my eye. And I'm not about that life where I have to pray and hope and wish eyeliner will go onto my eyelids. So I got rid of a ton of eyeliner, but I was just sitting there and I was thinking, for someone who doesn't wear a lot of pencil liners, I have quite a healthy supply of pencil liners. A lot of it I've acquired from subscription services, from sample boxes, so I wanted to go ahead and focus on them. So the very first one I have is a brown one. It is by Pacifica. This is the Natural Minerals. It's a 0.026 ounce sample. I do not tend to wear brown eyeliner, but I definitely think there are some looks where I think it could be really pretty. So I definitely want to go ahead and give this a whirl and using this particular one up. I also have this Urban Decay 24/7 Velvet Glide-On Eye Pencil in Black Velvet. This is a 0.03 ounce. I have seen Cherish, channel is Pretty Pistol 86, I believe is the number. She seems to cruise through these. I don't know how you do it, Cherish, but whatever, more power to you. I would like to go ahead and use this up. It's a very soft formula. And then the last one I have, I don't know if this is actually a sample or if it's a full size. This is a push-up type of liner. This is in 0.12 ounces, so it probably is a full size. Probably unrealistic that I'm including this, but no big deal. And then my fourth one, the one that I've been currently working on, is the Cynthia Rowley one. I have it on my eyes today. I definitely have to say that I do find a lot of perks with the pencil, but the one thing I can't stand is I feel like this one in particular, doesn't stay put all the time. So I'm now setting it with black eyeshadow, which seems very high maintenance. I don't know how I feel about it. But I did draw a line so that you could see, I can track my progress. I'm going to focus on these pretty much one at a time because I don't feel the need to like rotate my black eyeliners as much. So this is the focus right now. I'm not going to go too crazy on these. I'm not going to, you know, go all the way down to the point where I can't actually sharpen it. I'll probably do it until it's about the size, you know, until like the cap can't really go on anymore. I don't know yet. I just don't feel compelled to use these down to the very tiny little nub because, again, I'm not infatuated with pencil liners. I much prefer liquids in general. So this is it. This is my tag. I'm very excited about it. Not necessarily the most exciting items, but I will feel very excited if and when I get them out of my collection because they're just kind of hanging around. They're kind of dead weight. Don't need to have all of these things. And I'm pumped about it. I definitely encourage you guys to do this tag. I totally think it's a lot of fun. I'll link some people down below that I hope to see do it. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.